Hello and welcome to How Not to Play, the channel in which I draft Magic badly. Today we are going to be doing our first Wilds of Eldraine quick draft because that's available now. And we will also be able to finally see what this little button does here. So we can do 3 quick drafts and get 1,000 gold back each. So instead of being 5,000 gold for completing the draft, it will only be 4. So I mean, that's a pretty good discount. So let's go ahead and get into things and see what I can mess up today. Alrighty, so the best thing I like about the quick draft is, first and foremost, there is no timer on the bottom. I can take my time, actually read the cards, see what's going on. Let's see, the Wilds of Eldraine does have a bonus sheet in all of their draft packs. These are called the Enchanting Tales, and so you'll get different card reprints like Phyrexian Unlife. Basically, for 3 extra mana, you get an additional 10 life, because Eldraine doesn't have any poison effects in it, so this is basically just giving you an extra 10 life, which actually isn't too bad. But let's go ahead and look at some of the actual Eldraine cards, and there are some really good ones in this pack. We've got really good removal, counter spells. I mean, this is just a very removal heavy pack. But of course, the stone cap of our pack here, Expel the Interlopers, is a 5 mana white board wipe. Choose a number between 0 and 10. Destroy all creatures with power greater than that number. So the benefit to this is that you can make it a more one-sided board wipe if you keep your creature power low. So by picking this, we are going to be looking at a small creatures deck. So white X, little creatures. As far as white goes, the only thing is Frostbridge Guard, which, I mean, isn't really that good. Our Enchanting Tales, Season of Growth, doesn't really go along with our white plan. Let's see, we could go White-Red Celebration with the Grand Ball Guest. We could go White-Black Enchantments with Wicked Visitor. Scream Puff is just hilarious. White-Blue has a lot of tap things. I think we're going to go ahead and hop with Witch's Vanity here. It is 2 mana removal. Removal is always good in draft. Destroy a creature with mana value 2 or less. So I mean, it is kind of limited, but then you get a food token, so you can gain 3 life, and then you get a Wicked Roll token, which gives a +1, and whenever it dies, you can deal a damage to your opponent. So I mean, that's definitely a lot of value for 2 mana. So we're going to go ahead and take the Saga here. May or may not end up going white-black, but Frostbridge Guard is definitely not worth taking this early in the pack, and there's really just not a whole lot else in the pack to go for. Utopia Sprawl, a very good Enchanting Tales, gives one of your forests color fixing. So if you are playing green, you can pop this in and splash literally any color that you want. Hopeful Vigil, you create a 2/2 Knight, and then when Hopeful Vigil goes to the graveyard, you get to scry 2. You can pay 3 to sack it, but you're not really going to. What you're going to do is you're going to use this for bargain fodder. Feed the Cauldron, destroy a creature with mana value 3 or less, with the potential of a food token if it's on your turn. So once again, good solid removal. Evolving Wilds is very good mana fixing, which actually might be a very good pick at the moment because I don't even know which colors I'm going to be in. So my options are going to be destroy a creature with mana value 3 or less, or create a 2/2 Knight and scry. I don't really have any creatures yet, so I can't just build like a full removal deck. So we'll go ahead and pop in the creature here. The bargain fodder may or may not be useful later. I'm still not entirely sure what we're doing with this deck, so we'll just kind of keep going. Our enchanting tails here is raid bombardment. Whenever it deals 1 damage, or whenever a creature with power 2 or less attacks, I can deal 1 damage. Once again, a payout for keeping your power level low, but I'm not red. We do have Eerie Interference as a fog effect. Another Hopeful Vigil. We do have some black cards here with Sweet Tooth Witch and Shatter the Oath, which is another removal spell. But we also have Neva, Stalked by Nightmares. This is very interesting considering we have already kind of gone white-black naturally out of this pack. And this is the white-black Signpost card. Meaning that this is kind of the direction that white-black wants to go. Getting that this early in the pack would give me a clear direction to take this deck. And that would be the white-black Enchantment Matters archetype. So whenever Neva enters the battlefield, I can return a creature or enchantment from graveyard to hand. Whenever an enchantment I control is put into the graveyard, Neva gains a +1/+1 counter, and I can scry 1. So I would be looking at getting a lot of enchantments, perhaps a lot of role enchantments, because whenever you assign a role to a creature that already has a role, the first role bounces off. And then it goes to the graveyard. Neva would get a +1 counter. So that would be a really good way to pump her up, is by getting a lot of these role tokens, like with Witch's Vanity, the Wicked Roll. And so that's kind of what I'm going to be looking for here with white-black, getting a lot of enchantments. Perhaps enchantments like Hopeful Vigil that then create creatures. And so yeah, well, let's go ahead and do that. And we'll go ahead and go all in to white-black and see where that takes us. Let's see, we do have Prophetic Prism here, is very good color fixing and bargain fodder. Same with Candy Trail, so those are definitely 2 cards to look for in your drafts. Because they can help you either through the scry mechanic on Candy Trail or through the mana filtering of Prophetic Prism, let you splash multiple colors, and then once their usefulness is out, you can then bargain them for greater effects. Once again, there's no bargain cards here to actually show you, but whatever. Let's go ahead and look at our white-black cards. We've got Eerie Interference, once again, that fog effect, rat out. It's a combat trick, give -1 and then create a rat token. Or Return Triumphant, returns a creature with mana value 3 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield with a young hero roll. So that could be very good because it gives us that enchantment. It can get something back out of the graveyard. I think this is going to be our play here. Leyline of the Void, our Enchanting Tales, has come through quite a few people. If a card would be put into an opponent's graveyard, exile it. So that will get rid of any of the graveyard shenanigans like Return Triumphant that my opponent might be playing. But I think going more into my plan with either a Knight of Doves will give me, once again, another Enchantment Matters payout. So whenever an enchantment goes to the graveyard, I get a bird token. Kellen's Lightblade has that bargain mechanic. So we didn't really get to look at that. I may sacrifice an artifact, a token, or an enchantment when I cast the spell for greater value. So for Kellen's Lightblade, for 2 mana, I could sacrifice my Hopeful Vigil. I would then get to scry off of the Hopeful Vigil, plus superpower Kellen's Lightblades to destroy any attacking or blocking creature and not just 3 damage. So that's kind of where I'm going to be going with this one. Knight of Doves, great pick. Really good body, makes a bunch of tokens, all of which are under Expel the Interlopers, so they can survive my board wipe. But I do think I'm going to take the targeted removal here, because that bargain mechanic is going to enable those Enchantment Matters effects. So here we've got Archon's Glory, another bargain card. Gives a creature +2 until end of turn if bargained, flying and lifelink. Very good combat trick. Triumphant Return gets something back out of the graveyard. Slumbering Keep Guard. Whenever an enchantment enters, I can scry, and then I can pay 3 to pump him for each enchantment I control. A very good 1-drop enchantment payout card. Or we've got Minstrosity, which is a 3/1 for 2. When it dies, I get a food token. Doesn't really go along with the deck too well, but that is a very good body for that mana cost. I think I'm going to go with the Slumbering Keep Guard here. Over my only other pick would probably be the combat trick. But I think having the scry off of Keep Guard is going to be a little bit better than a bargain. Here we have Johann, Apprentice Sorcerer. This is the signpost for the blue-red spells deck. Once again, very good card. Not anywhere near what I'm doing. The only thing on color here is Plunge into Winter, tap, scry. Not really what I'm trying to do. Okay, here we've got some good stuff. Stingblade Assassin, ETB, Flash Flying ETB, destroy a creature that was dealt damage. A very good post-combat trick. Break the spell, destroy an enchantment. With the potential to draw a card. Eerie Interference, once again just a fog effect. Armory Mice. Once again a 3/1 for 2, which we went over. Our last pack was a very good body for its cost. This one does have Celebration, so if I enter 2 non-land permanents under my control, it becomes a 3/3 instead of a 3/1. I think I'm going to go ahead and take this because we are going to be looking at getting a lot of roll tokens, such as Witch's Vanity, create a Wicked roll token. A lot of stuff when it enters the battlefield will create these roll tokens. Hopeful Vigil, the enchantment enters the battlefield plus the night token, so you can get 2 permanents for the price of 1. So that really kind of helps you hit Celebration. The only other card really in the running would be Break the Spell, so I can get rid of an opponent's token enchantment, so like one of their rolls, or any of my enchantments to draw a card for 1 mana. It's kind of a finicky spell. You can use it for a couple different but very limited niche scenarios. I think I'm going to go with the body here because I need some bodies in my deck. Not really a whole lot here. We've got Scream Puff, which is a good body, or Frostbridge Guard. I think I'm going to take the guard here because it has the potential of going underneath my board wipe. Protective Parents, very good. When it dies, you get that roll token. That roll token will then power up all of my Enchantment Matters stuff. Ego Drain is basically a Thoughtseize, but really only if you're playing fairies, which I'm not. Evolving Wilds, very good land fixing. Might even be better than the Protective Parents because we are so early in the pack. I don't know what my next few packs are going to be. I only have the 2 black cards. I could very easily go white plus something else, splash black, and so then that Evolving Wilds would help me to splash black for Vanity or for Neva. So here we have a fog or ETB food. I mean, we'll go ahead and grab the witch, but I don't think it really goes with my deck very well. A fog effect. The upside to this is that it only prevents the damage that you would be dealt and not all damage, so your creatures can still deal damage to your opponents. So that is a combat trick. We'll see if it stays or not. Pack 2. Anyway, we've got Repercussion, the red Enchanting Tales. Whenever a creature is dealt damage, deal that much damage to its controller. Of course, that is both sides. So if he deals damage to my creatures, I take that damage too. So, I mean, may or may not. If this was green-white or black-white, I think I could take it. At black-green, I don't think I can because that would require like a double splash. I don't know, we'll see what happens. Ash Party Crasher, the white-red signpost, it's possible I could splash for that, or it's possible I could just go white-red. That is an option. Unassuming Sage, a 2/2 for 2, or for 4 mana you can get the Sorcerer Roll token. Once again, it's just kind of expensive. We got Rat out again. Feed the Cauldron, destroy a creature with mana value 3 or less. Create a food. I think we're just going to go with the removal here. Nothing else really. I mean, the only other thing that's really got my attention would be Ash Party Crasher. And it's just not really on color. I don't know. We'll see. I might regret that. Knight of Doves, really good. We saw that before. Reindeer, whenever enchantment enters, tap something down. Okay. Hopeless Nightmare, ETB. Opponent discards a card, loses 2 life. When it's put into the graveyard, scry 2, so along the same lines as Hopeful Vigil. Rat out we saw. Sugar Rush, Combat Trick. I think we're going to go with Nightmare here. It has the hand disruption and the bargain fodder. So we'll go ahead and hit that. Whenever a player casts a spell, they discard a card. Once again, very good for us because we are on enchantments. However, it is, once again, double-sided. So both players would have to discard a card. So yeah, it would disrupt my opponent's hand, but it would also disrupt mine. So I think we're going to pass on that. The white-green signpost. Stockpiling Celebrant enters the battlefield. You may return another permanent to owner's hand. Okay, so it's a 3/2 bounce. Not bad. Sugar Rush, Combat Trick, and that's really all that's on color. So, yeah, I guess that's what we get by default. A second Ash Part. Oh, maybe I should have gone white-red. Glass Casket is really good. It's an O-ring, basically, for small stuff. The only other thing we get is Charmed Clothier, which is a 5-drop. Protective Parents, which is really good, but I think we're going to go with the casket here. Frostbridge Guard, another Light Blade. Vampiric Rites, I can sack a creature to gain a life, draw a card. Honestly, not bad. Ariet's Whisper. Opponent discards 2 cards, make a wicked roll. That is kind of on theme for us, but I think I'm going to go with Kellen's Light Blades. Just the straight up removal. Very, very good. Speaking of removal, we have another Glass Casket and a Gallant Pie Wielder, First Strike, Celebration. Celebration, Double Strike. I mean, still a 2/3 First Strike is good. Another Light Blade. Lord Skitter's Butcher, ETB, make a rat. That would be 2 creatures entering the battlefield. Sack a creature to scry and draw, or creatures gain menace. So I think that is going to be good. It'll turn on the celebrations I've got. That rat token I can bargain with. It doesn't really do much on the enchantments side of thing, but it does give us some good bargain fodder. Armory Mice again, Plunge into Water, Fell Horseman. We haven't really seen any adventure cards in this draft so far. So for 2 mana, I can return a creature from graveyard to hand, and then it will go into exile on adventure, and then I can cast it for its full 4 mana cost to bring it into the battlefield as a 3/3, and when it dies, it goes to the bottom of the library. So, I mean, it's very, very good. A 4 mana that'll let me get something back. I think I'll go ahead and hit that versus another Armory Mouse, because I'm really not in Celebration. So the only thing here is the Sage or the Clothier. I think I'll go ahead and take the Sage just because it's cheaper. Although the 3/3 flyer is nice. Just 5 mana is a lot. Alright, I guess we'll take the Reindeer. Only thing on color is Sugar Rush, which I'm probably not going to use. Clothier or Parents. I think I'll go with the Parents here. Whisper, like I said, nice Thoughtseize, gets you a Wicked Roll, sure. And Plunge into Winter. Final pack, we get Dawn of Hope. Whenever you gain life, I may pay 2 to draw a card. It does give me the option to make life linkers, but I really don't have a whole lot of way to gain life. Spectre of Mortality. ETB's exile 1 or more creatures from your graveyard. Then each other creature gets -X, where X is the number of cards. Oh, 1 or more cards. Okay. So when this enters the battlefield, I can empty out my graveyard and basically Toxic Deluge the board. I'm good with board wipes, yeah. We also see Charade of Numbing Depths, the white-blue signpost card for tapping things down. But yeah, we're going with the board wipe here. Let's see, Knightly Valor enters the battlefield, create a knight. Enchanted creatures gain +2 in vigilance. That honestly looks really good for me because I want to put those rolls out, and that will pump up all of my roll creatures. Edge Wall in is basically color fixing. You can just pick a color, it's that color. Very, very good. We got another Neva Stalked by Nightmares. We'll go ahead and grab that up. Lickety split. Not really a whole lot here for me. I guess we'll grab the Monstrosity. It's a body at least. Hopeful Vigil, very good. It grabs me an enchantment. It drops me a bargain fodder, Dutiful Griffin. I can sacrifice enchantments to return it from my graveyard. Another Slumbering Keep Guard. I think we're going to go with the Vigil though. We've got another Protective Parents, a Moment of Valor. Destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. That is some decent removal. Or I can give something indestructible. I think we're just going to go with the Parents here. I want to get those roll tokens out because that will really power up my deck a lot. A third Ash Party Crasher. Wow. But I suppose we'll go with the Frostbridge Guard here. Lightblade or Assassin, both are removal, but Lightblade can kill something before it kills my stuff. Sugar Rush or Armory Mice, we'll take the mice. Thoughtseize or Celebration. Then we'll go with the Thoughtseize because it creates the roll token. Another Protective Parents. I guess we'll go... I don't have any fairies, so Ego Drain doesn't really... It would actually hurt me because I would have to 2-for-1 myself. So we'll go ahead and grab Candy Trail. It's at least bargain fodder. Nothing here. And another stick. Alright, so let's pop that witch back in just so that we've got all of our creatures. Candy Trail, yeah, I really don't need the fixing. We'll go ahead and get rid of that. We'll drop one of our planes. So I really want to focus on enchantments and getting enchantments on the board. Getting them off the board should just happen naturally or through bargaining. Slumbering Keep Guard, I think I want to keep him just as a 1-drop. The guards, yeah, a 2/2 for 2 is nice, but I mean, I gotta cut some cards, and he really doesn't do a whole lot. Let's see, Return Triumphant. I do kind of like getting something back. That's a lot of light blades. I don't know that I necessarily need that many. Yeah, we'll drop the Fog. 4 Protective Parents. Ugh, that is a lot. Now we'll get rid of the Witch. It's food. I don't really need food. Horseman doesn't really do a whole lot for my game plan. We'll go ahead and drop him. He does care about enchantments entering, so I guess we can keep him. I don't know if that's really worth the mana. We'll go ahead and drop at least 1. Protective Parents, we'll go ahead and drop at least 1. Kind of cut 4 more things. Let's go ahead and cut the Mice because the Celebration doesn't really go along with my deck theme here. Neither really does Monstrosity, but it is a good body. Alright, so I don't really want to drop too many creatures. I want to discard Monstrosity and stockpiling Celebrant. That seems more right to me because they don't really progress the Enchantment Matters plot of my deck. That just gives me not a whole lot of creatures. I don't know. We'll see what happens. This is the deck that we're going to go with. Let me know in the comments below what you think, what cuts you would have made. If you would have made the switch to white-red Celebration, it looks like it might have been open. At least the white part of it was. I didn't see a whole lot of red, though. So, I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and let's go ahead and get into some games. Alright. Oh, boy. If I make it up to 4, I should be doing pretty good. Alright, we'll see what happens. Alright, well they've got... Oh god, I'm just gonna get flooded, aren't I? Ooh. Very aggressive play. That does put it out of reach of Kellen's Lightblade, so I can't even kill it. Yeah, I mean, you pumped it, you have to attack with it. I mean, unfortunately, I can't kill it, so we'll just have to take the 4 damage. And move on with my life. Another Sage, awesome. At least this looks like my opponent might be getting mana screwed. I think we'll go ahead and kill the one that we can. I kind of don't have a whole lot to do here, so we'll just go ahead and drop Neva. If she dies, I've got a backup. If he swings, I don't really do a whole lot. Yeah, we'll go ahead and let that go through. Expel does nothing here. Cauldron really does nothing. We'll go ahead and attack just because I can. He's not going to block. I do think I'm going to go ahead and drop Protective Parents though, because that will let me block with the parents and get my young roll token, which I can put on Neva to help pump it up. Alright, yep, they get it back, unfortunately. On the top. Alright, that must be a land then. They are not risking the attack. That is very interesting. So we'll go ahead and swing in, see what they block with. I do have the option of killing one of the blockers on Neva. Yeah, that's probably the best block you could do there. Oh. Well, Neva has Menace, though. You have to block her with 2. So they're going for the board wipe. Alright. Sure, we'll go ahead and feed the Cauldron, blow up the 2/2. I don't care if the parents dies. I actually want the parents to die, because that will give me my roll token to put on Neva, and we are good to go. Let's end turn. I've got my food up to gain 3 life, or that I can use to bargain with later on. Another unassuming sage? Damn. Let's go ahead and drop my reindeer because it cares about enchantments entering. We will swing with Neva because the young hero roll will give it a +1 counter. Not that they can block anyway with only 1 creature. Do I do Hopeful Vigil now? Sure, let's go ahead and scry. I can't really do anything else. Oh no, it's tap. Damn it, I really should have saved that. I thought it was a scry. Damn it, I should have saved that for my next turn. I could have tapped down one of their blockers. Really? Alright. Yeah, you destroy my enchantment so I get the scry off of it, plus the +1 counter. Thank you for doing my job for me. Return Triumphant. Do I have a creature with mana 3 or less in my graveyard? Parents? Sure. Okay. I do kind of like that, putting them back out. And I do like Light Blades as a combat trick. So we'll go back to combat. We'll swing with, sure, everything. Even if they double block, they can't block Neva or Rhymefer, which means their only block is killing their Sage. And it's possible they have another Return Triumphant in their hand, but I don't think it matters. We're going to go ahead and return my parents. I could have done that before. Why do I think that this is a scry trigger? I keep thinking that Reindeer is a scry trigger, not a tap trigger. It's frozen. Frozen is tap. Alright, once again, he is going to destroy another one of my enchantments. Oh no, he's just going to tap it. Okay. So what, are you going to attack then? Oh, he wanted to scry draw because he needs more land. Yeah, he has gotten insanely mana screwed. Not gonna lie, that's probably the only reason why I'm doing well in this game, is because opponent has gotten insanely mana screwed. But hey, you take what you can get. Alright, well, I guess I'll take what I can get. I've got both colors, I've got spells, we'll see where it goes. Opponent starts off with Evolving Wilds to get whichever land color they were missing. They went with a swamp, so sure, we'll go with a swamp. Black-green, okay, so that would be the food token archetype. And they are just ramping even more. Awesome. Oh, they're tricolor. Interesting. Hopeful Vigil. They'll get a knight. I could Protective Parents here, or I can Witch's Vanity to destroy their knight token, which honestly might be the better play. I don't know. Might have been better used on something a little more tangible, but I don't know. I'm kind of behind the 8 ball here. So they're bargaining to get a 3/3 land. Okay. If I can draw a couple more lands, Expel the Interlopers is a good way to get back into this game. Let my opponent dump their hand and then drop Expel. That actually might not be a bad plan. Let's go ahead and do Hopeless Nightmare. Please discard a card. Only problem with that plan is it relies on me drawing 2 more lands. And I do miss out on the Wicked Roll token here, but a little late to worry about that. Oh, they discarded removal. Awesome. Ooh, a Neva Stalked by Nightmares. Very nice. And they're getting back a Hopeful Vigil. I didn't know she did that. Huh. Guess I should read my cards, huh? Sure, I guess we'll go ahead and kill their land. I can drop Parents or Neva. I could drop Neva to get back my Vanity. That's certainly a thing to do. I wonder if the better play might not have been to bargain Light Blades for the Nightmare and use Neva to get back Hopeless Nightmare. I think that might have been the better play. So Hollow Scavenger is now on an adventure. There is my 5th land. Okay. If I do Parents, I can't block anyway. I think I just wait. Probably should have bargained. Because then I would have gotten the Scry trigger as well. Do I just start dumping my hand and going on the offensive here? Is that my plan? She's going to destroy it before I get the Wicked Roll. That's fine. Exile Neva so that I don't... I mean, I still get the Scry trigger. I just don't get the +1 counter, but that's fine. I was kind of relying on her to die anyway. I don't think he does a whole lot for me, except for dodge my board wipe. Is that enough, though? Nah. Yeah, we'll go on to my turn. The thing with these guys is that they are both 3 power, which means that they would die to my board wipe. Let's So he got 6 and 3. He's probably gonna do Vanguard next turn. Oh, he's just got first strike, not double strike, because I didn't have anything. Okay. I thought he had double strike for some reason. Do I really do nothing? We'll go ahead and put out parents, I guess. It'll die to my board wipe, but then it'll put a roll token on the Pie Wielder. Is it really worth it to expel just the one? God, that felt like such a waste, you know? I don't have any creatures in my graveyard. That's an interesting interaction with the Griffin Airy with the food tokens because it's 3 life. I didn't even see that before. That's nice. Alright, I gotta do something here. Let's see what's coming up. None of these really help. But we'll at least keep light blades. I mean, if all he's gonna do is race, I think I can win it. Do I let it die? Sure, I'll let it die. Because that'll just grow my other one. Sure. Oh, come on. No blocks? Alright. Does that mean no attacks? No, you're still going to attack. Okay. I mean, it's lethal. You gotta block this one. So he's gonna bargain to destroy it. Alright. You know what? Just in case he has some pump, I think I'm gonna bargain too. Okay, so let's drop Spectre. We'll go ahead, remove those, and that will kill his Griffin. Please discard your hand, and I'll make my Spectre a 4/4. And that's just game. Thank you, GG's. That was like the perfect draw. I mean, honestly. So what they have? A Swamp and Archon's Glory. So they did have a pump spell. Alright, we've got, yeah, turn 1, turn 2. Into board wipe. I guess, yeah, this is about as good a hand as I could, you know, hope for, really. Let's go with the 1/1. Oh, and he's got a better 1/1. Maybe. Alright, well, I think it's time for Witch's Vanity. I really don't want to keep that Ginger Brute out. That has the potential of just really going off. Scry a swamp. I mean, I really do kind of need lands to get up to interlopers, but I don't think I need it right now. So we'll go ahead and tuck that. Yeah, we'll swing in for one, sure. I don't like that Gingerbread's unblockable, or can become unblockable. So I can do Parents or Vigil. I could swing with a 2/2 and wipe him out. Options, so many options. I think we'll just drop Parents and pass the turn. Opponent swings in. I can go ahead and block it with the Parents. That'll put Young Hero on the keep guard. I can scry again. Sure, he seems okay. Oh, it's that when a rat becomes blocked, it gets +2 and another Gingerbread. Sage, sure, we'll go ahead and keep that one too, why not? Well, I kind of goofed on the Parents, I guess. With Vanity, it creates that Wicked roll. It's not a May, so it has to attach to the keep guard. I don't get an option. The old one falls off, the new one stays. Maybe I made a goof. I don't know. We'll go ahead and drop the 2/3. So he is a 2/2, and if he dies, opponent loses 1 life. So, I mean, I'm good with trading him for the Ratter, honestly, because that'll still push the damage through to my opponent, and then they won't have the Rats synergy anymore. Okay, that's gonna really hurt with Gingerbread, yep. So now Gingerbread's doing 2 unblockable damage every turn. Alright. Let's see. Let's do Unassuming Sage. I'll pay the extra 2 to put a Sorcerer roll. Oh, on it. Oh, I thought I could put it anywhere. I wanted to put it on the Pie Wielder, but I guess, you know, just giving him double strike for the turn is fine. I wanted to give him like the +1 in Scry also. He's gonna get rid of that Pie Wielder, isn't he? Oh yeah. And now he has a Wicked Gingerbread. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get my Scry on. I could destroy his Gingerbread, but it would destroy my Sage too. I think I'm just going to pop Vigil here. Get me a 2/2 Knight, and if he wants to race, we can just race. If he drops something bigger, then I can take care of the something bigger. Oh, now he's making rats. That's not as good. Gonna attack with the Gingerbread, make it unblockable. Yep, make it unblockable. I should have waited on Vigil until after I did. I should have. Oh well. Oh shoot, I meant to scry. Let's go ahead and do interlopers here. Just to wipe the board. Because even if I do 2, it'll still wipe my board and his, so we'll just go ahead and do a complete board wipe. All the Wickeds trigger, and we're back to 0. So we can start off with Neva returning a creature or enchantment from graveyard to hand. Let's see. Could do Pie Wielder, I could do Parents. I think I like Witch's Vanity, actually. Well, I've got Glass Casket is also removal. We'll go with Sage. Although the first strike into double strike, I think I'm going to go with Sage. I think the Scry will do me better. If they drop something that needs casketed, I can do that. If not, then I can do Sage. Pack makes a rat, okay. With mana value 3 or less. Well, that I can't do anything about then. Let's go ahead and drop Sage. We will go ahead and make the roll token. We'll attack with Neva because the rat cannot block, therefore she cannot be blocked. I don't think it's worth casketing the rat because I can just block the rat with the Sage. And because Pack is 3 power, it does not trigger Raid Bombardment. Oh, I would need to double block it, which I can't. Let's go ahead and... I don't need to nom yet. I might as well. I don't have anything else to do with my mana. We'll go ahead and have my opponent discard. Swing 6. Get rid of the land. So now opponent is pretty much dead unless they top a creature here. And even then they're still dead because he needs 2 creatures to block Neva. So he needs removal is what he needs. And he doesn't have it. Alright. It's kind of funny that Rakdos doesn't have removal. What a world. Oh, is this the 1,000 gold reward for doing the draft after your 3rd game? I guess because whether you get 3 even if you go 0-3, you're still playing at least 3 games. So I guess it makes sense to give the 1,000 gold reward after the 3rd game. But I guess that means I could just quit now if I wanted to, but I don't know why I would. Oh, Jesus, no. We cannot keep this hand. 4 swamps and 3 white spells. Sad thing is, if even one of those was a plains, I would absolutely keep. 3 plains, 4 spells, I can at least keep that. We'll keep our white. We'll probably dump the Spectre, even though it's a really good late game board wipe. I doubt I'm going to get to 2 black this game. Either that, or I'm going to draw nothing but swamps for the next 4 turns. But we'll go ahead and start with Slumbering Keepguard, our nice turn 1 play. Islands. Yep, first turn draw swamp. Yep, that absolutely tracks. And I'm going to draw a swamp for the next 3 turns still too, huh? Oh, nope, Lightblade. Okay, well, whatever. And I've got some nice removal. Opponent is on black-blue, that's the Fairies archetype. So we should be seeing some Fairies show up here pretty soon. Yep, there we are. Instants and sorceries cost 1 less. Not a big deal. Choices here. Choices. The Wicked Roll is not going to save my Keep Guard against the Fairy. Lightblade would, but I don't know if that's really worth. Let's go ahead and attack in, see what he does, and then I can drop my Sage after combat. That Fairy is worth killing, but he is not going to put it in combat. I think I'll lose Sage. Honestly, I think I keep that. Because whichever one they kill, I can bring it back with that Young Roll token. curiosity on the sprite. Alright, well, I probably should have kept light blades open then. I didn't realize they had curiosity. And messenger is just going to get super huge, so that needs to die too. Alright, so it looks like my next turn is going to be double light blade. So we'll go to combat, we'll attack with the sage just to get the scry trigger. Protective parents. Not bad. Sure, we'll keep that. No blocks? Alright. He might have counter magic up, which is very scary for me. I think messenger is the bigger threat. So I think that's the one that I need to get rid of. We will bargain our sorcerer roll. And then sure, we'll go ahead and light blade the other one too. Alright, double light blade. What you got now? No counter spells apparently. A 2/4. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, create a sorcerer roll attached to another target creature. Okay. I think now is the time for Ariet's Whisper. They've got 3 cards in hand. We'll go ahead and get rid of them. So pick the one you want the best and get rid of the other 2. Land. Yeah, I don't really need lands. I need actions. I could attack, but I don't think I will. Because that doesn't care. If that was a sorcerer roll, I absolutely would have attacked. Alright, we got land anyway. Let's go ahead and drop my parents. Oh! Oh, buddy, that's a big thing. Ward 2. Okay. Alright. Another light blade, please. Please, 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 please. I don't have any way around that. Yeah, I guess we just pass and take our beats. Oh, this is gonna hurt. And he gives it sorcerer. Oh, and more value. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't think I come back from this. Becomes a copy of target creature in your graveyard. It's a sorcery, so I can't cast it in response. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and get that exiled. That was a very good turn, opponent. Yeah, I think that's the nail in my coffin there. I don't think I come back from that. I have exactly 1 card in my deck that will save me here. And that is a board wipe. And that is not a board wipe. Oh, he can do that at any time? Oh, that's sweet. I thought that was just like on ETB. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, opponent's just got a good deck. Fairies are legit. I mean, you've got the flying, you've got all the little nifty tricks. I mean, there's just really not a whole lot I can really do about it. He's got scries, he's got pumps, he's got, I mean, Fairies is a rough archetype. You, like, just even all flyers. Even if they didn't have the other stuff, the fact that they're all flying gives them this natural evasion that is just really, really hard to deal with. Once again, it's board wipe or bust. And that is not a board wipe. Okay, so I'm not an Arena conspiracy theorist. I don't believe that Arena has this conspiracy to prevent you from getting, you know, more than 3 wins. But it does seem kind of sus that as soon as I hit 3 wins, I got paired up against Fairies and got color screwed on the exact same game. I mean, I'm not saying it's a conspiracy, I'm just saying it's an incredible coincidence. Ward 2 pumps, let's see if they'll risk it in combat. Nope, they like it. Okay. Let's go ahead and drop my knight, get a scry. Yeah, we'll go ahead and keep that. I like making my opponent discard. I don't know when I'm going to cast it, though, because, I mean, I've got my turn 3, 4, and potentially 5 plays already mapped out. So we'll go ahead and keep swinging, see if opponent does any blocking. They probably have a pump spell if they do. They do not. So, parents it is. Is opponent color screwed? Is that what's going on here? Well, I do have Light Blade. So I think we'll just go ahead and swing out. That was a very quick block. So we'll just go ahead and snipe that. Do some damage, discard a card. They'll take the 2 damage anyway. And return triumphant. Sure, I like that card. Opponent finally finds their second color and proceeds to ruin my day. Yeah, we'll keep that on top. Still, it's actually even a better play now because now I can get parents right back with it. But I might want to put Neva down. I can get it back with Neva too. Actually, I think I like that play even better. So we'll go ahead and keep swinging. Opponent does nothing. Let's go ahead and pop out Neva, bring back her parents, and see what opponent wants to do. Because they are looking at lethal on board. Well, no, because they've got that food token. So not quite lethal on board. Okay, so they get a couple rats, one of which can't block. Oddly enough, they're all X1s, and I don't have any creatures in my graveyard. Okay, well, looks like... Do we go to combat here? If he does kill Neva, which he can do, I don't get her back. Oh, I do have the mana up to sack these to give her a +1. So yeah, I think we'll go ahead and go to combat. Depending on how they block, I might... Nope, okay, that doesn't do it then. I think I just go ahead and have that be good. I can't pump Neva up enough to make lethal. Oh, I could have pumped Slumbering Keep Guard up enough to make lethal, though. Because I forgot about that enchantment there. Crap. Well, I missed lethal. that's okay. I don't think it's gonna matter. Ooh, that's a very nice scream puff. Except I can just go right around it. Oh wait, but you see, it's not a conspiracy because you just won the game there. So that, see, you're not gonna just, you know, go into 3 losses. Well, of course they're gonna do that every now and then because I called them out on it. You know, if you call out the conspiracy, then they're going to contradict themselves just to prove that it's not a conspiracy. That doesn't mean it's not a conspiracy. That just means it's a smart conspiracy. Alright, Tough Cookie. They get themselves a food token. Let's see, I can feed the cauldron to blow it up. And then I get food token. I thought I got a Wicked Roll or something. Or I can Parents. Or I can Light Blade. Honestly, I think that's worth blowing up. Just for the fact that it can make other tokens into 4/4s. That's worth destroying. Because that can, in the later game, get pretty bad. So he's got an Ice Rot Sentry as a 2/3. I need some more power on the board. That is not more power on the board. Well, I guess attacking does nothing, so we'll just go ahead and put my Parents into play and pass the turn. I really want to hold up Light Blade for that, but I mean, Alchemist is pretty bad too, because it can pump up each time you cast a... Well, not each, just your first, I guess, instant sorcery. So they're going to tap down my Parents, make a 3/3, I assume swing in for 3. Which I'm just going to let hit, because it doesn't matter to me. It's not worth killing my Sage for. And see, suddenly, I'm getting land screwed again. It's almost as if there's some kind of conspiracy. Preventing me from getting more than 3 wins. Alright, so I can Hopeful Vigil or I can hold up Light Blade. I think we're going for Light Blade here. I can even bargain the Hopeless Nightmare off to get a Scry 2. So that seems like a really good plan for me. It does require him to attack, though. I mean, I assume he's going to attack with the Sentry. Especially after giving it Curiosity. Heck yeah, he will. Oh. Okay, but he has to be declared as an attacker first. Before he can get the +2/+1 to become a 4/4. So he does attack with everything. He can pay 2 to tap target creature. So we'll go ahead and let him do that, use his mana, which he doesn't do. I thought for sure he was going to do that. Okay, oops, I forgot about that, didn't I? Sure, that'll resolve. Monster Roll will make it a 4/4 trample. Dang it. Wow, okay, shoot. Yeah, I need those. So I guess I'll take 2, he'll get a card off of Curiosity, which, I don't know, should I have just killed the Sentry anyway? Let me know in the comments below, was that a punt? Should I have killed the Sentry anyway? Let's see, do we do... I think we do our Reindeer here. Go ahead and swing with Parents. If he blocks, good. If not, I get 3 damage. Of course, now you can tap down the Reindeer. And I have to chump block with my Sage, but that's honestly okay. Oh, he's just gonna tap them all. Oh, and get really big. Oh my. That was some nice synergy. That really, really was. I would have had lethal there. If he hadn't tapped everything down. So he's gonna go ahead and tap down my knight probably. No? Alright, then I'll go ahead and chump. That's fine for me. He should have tapped. He's gonna bargain the Curiosity, alright. What's he gonna fight? Oh, the champion fights. Oh, I thought the sentry would. Okay. Yeah. That was pretty bad. Another sentry. Whew. Alright. Okay, so I currently have 1 creature, 2, 3. I need to get up to 4 creatures in my graveyard. I think I'm going to scry because I need to get some more creatures up top. Keep guard is good. Whisper was 2 damage. Oh, I'll do like that. I want them both. Alright, so we are going to play out a whole bunch of stuff. We'll return Reindeer? Nightmare, I think. No attacks. I need to play scared. Oh, except he's going to be able to tap all my stuff down with his sentries, though. I don't think it's going to do what I want it to do. And they get trample? Why do they get trample? Oh, creatures you control have trample with Garrick's Uprising. Okay, that was not part of my plan. I think I'm just dead. Oh, they both trigger both times? Holy shit, that's nice. Yeah, I am just fucking dead. I didn't know they both triggered both times. Holy crap, that is good. And if you'll notice, as the conspiracy predicted, I did lose that game, in fact. Alright, so I think we've got early removal, early creature. So whatever he does this turn will kind of determine what I do. I'll probably start with the Knight token. Soul Guide Lantern. Exile a card from a graveyard. Exile opponent's graveyard. Or draw a card. Alright, so graveyard shenanigans. Okay. So that just means that Return Triumphant is not as good as it could be. Unless, of course, he blows it up for a card because he needs the mana. And we get our board wipe. Where were you 2 games ago? Witch's Vanity does absolutely nothing here, so we'll just go to combat. We'll swing in, get bounced. Okay, did not expect that to connect. But yeah, there's no point in playing the Vanity when there's nothing to destroy. So they're going to bargain to curse my knight. That gets around Vanity though. I think we'll wait on Vigil until I have Neva out, so we'll just go on to my turn. Sure, we'll go ahead and drop Neva here. No point in attacking though. I can keep it for a chump blocker later. Something else that... Alright. And they put fire breathing on the splashy spellcaster. That certainly is splashy. Well. Oh, they're just gonna immediately bargain it. Okay. Sure, go ahead, make parents a 1/1. That is perfectly fine with me. Their whole purpose is to die anyway. You know? Oh, I thought it gave all enchanted creatures +2 in vigilance. Oh! Just 1 creature. Well, still... That would make Neva a 4/4? Or it would make him a 3/3. Or I could return triumph at my parents, which is Vanity him. I think we'll do a return on the parents. Let's see, I still have enough to vigil, so I could actually have Neva's attack as a 3/3. But if they double block, I'm just screwed. I think I pass. That could be bad. What is that? Double tap? Oh, they just can't block. That's fine. He could have tapped Unruly Catapult in response to its untap trigger, and done 1 point of damage to me, but I guess he's not going to. He's swinging in. Alright. Sure, I guess let's go ahead and chump out one of them. He's got a 4/4 haste dropping next turn. A land is not going to do me any good. Feed the Cauldron might. Spectre of Mortality might. Alright, I like this play. Alright, so now... So we'll turn my parents into a 5/4 knight with vigilance. We'll get some attacks in. And I forgot to leave up mana for Feed the Cauldron because I'm silly. So he's got another bargain spell. He's got something up his sleeve, but that's fine. We're going to make him have it. He's probably just going to throw out some double blocks, which I can ruin with Feed the Cauldron. I would rather have the higher toughness die and keep the higher power because of interlopers. But I am going to Feed the Cauldron on the catapult, because that is mana 3 or less. Okay, yep, I figured he had a bargain counter spell. That's honestly fine. Neva will still kill the witch. Parents will still kill that. I can hero the knight. And next turn I can Eerie Interlopers to, well, not kill the catapult, unfortunately, but I can kill the witch with it. Do I get this just for the food? I don't think so. So I do have 2 creatures, so I can Spectre X2. Ah. Problem is he still has that 4/4 haste in the wings. I think I need to survive until he does Brute. Except I don't think I survive after he does Brute. He can't copy the catapult again. He can't copy the bargain off of the witch. I suppose he could copy the Coral Smith to get an extra scry, would probably be his best bet. So, Giant this turn? I'm assuming? Nope. Living Lectern. Oh, and Giant. Is he going to dump his hand? Tell me he's dumping his hand. Alright, there he is. Now, the big question is, do I survive? Alright, we assume to swing all. We'll go ahead and block the bigger powers. Go down to 6. Greater than or equal to. Okay, so it will kill all of the everything. Alrighty, we are back to an even board. That's just draw, so he's probably going to pop it right now to draw a card. Or he could discard another Soul Guide Lantern. Alright. Discard the land. That is a lot of filtering, though. And he's going to discard that, too. Alright. So now we've got Hopeful Vigil, and I am hopeful that this will do something. Is that worth making him discard? Doesn't matter, I don't have the mana to do it anyway. Alright. That compulsion is going to be the make or break for this game, because he is going to filter through his entire deck until he finds something he can use. Like a 6/5. Alright. How many do I have in here? 1, 2, 3 creatures, that's it. That's not gonna do it. Kellen's Lightblade does, though. Alright, so let's go ahead into combat. This is stupid. Actually, I don't. Well, because it has to block first. Alright, so we'll go to combat. We'll let him declare it as a blocker, which he does not. And so we'll just get 2 free damage on him and see what else happens. Another spellcaster. Alright. Sure. So he's going to tap it down and create a curse roll. Alright, sure. We'll go ahead and bargain, sacrificing my food token to kill his gatekeeper. Maybe my parents will protect me. What is that, a 3/4? So I need one of my protective parents to die before I can cast Spectre of Mortality. That'll do it. Let's go ahead and do those blocks. They can only kill one of my parents unless they have a burn spell or combat trick. Okay. Now it's a... Dang it, that... sorcerer roll. Wait, I think I have 5. 1, 2... 3, 4, 5. Yep, because they killed everything, I have 5. So we will Spectre of Mortality... X5. To give all other creatures -5, -5. And maybe we're doing something. It's just a land. Oh, but it's a man land. Oh. That's a 2/1 first strike land. That is not good. I think I can take a hit. No. Let's do Neva this turn. We'll get back Hopeful Vigil. Cast Hopeful Vigil, swing in for 3 with lethal on board plus blockers. Alright. Opponent needs a miracle top deck here. Create a cursed roll attached to my flyer. Okay. So they're going to pop their land as a blocker. So we will have you please discard the cards you don't have. We'll put a Wicked Roll on my Spectre, which makes it a 2/2 so that 1 blocker is not enough. And we get there! Woo! Oh my god! That was a good game of Magic. I don't like my lack of anything to do until turn 3. But there's really no reason to throw this hand away. Let's start with discarding a card. It's not quite a Thoughtseize because they get to choose and I don't get to see their hand, but still, turn 1 discard isn't too bad. They are on black. Black-green. Okay. So let's go ahead and drop Hopeful Vigil since we are kind of creating a curve here. That's a 2-1, and whenever something else dies, it gets a +1 counter. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and pop him into the cauldron. Make a nice and tasty before he can grow up to be a threat. They're going to get rid of my token. They're going to spend a card to get rid of a token. I mean, yeah, I'll go ahead and make the block. You got some pump? Oh, the Spiteful Fairies, huh? So they're going to get... Nope, rat out. Okay. Still. Jeez, ow. I have a lot of parents, yo. I didn't even know I had this many parents. I didn't even know it was possible to have this many parents. I figured, you know, one mom, one dad, parents. Ooh, nice trick. Oh, that's not good. But he has to sacrifice an artifact, enchantment, or token. He has to bargain this thing every turn, or else it taps. So do I reindeer here? I think so. So rat token goes away. Sugar Maw is gonna do a lot of damage. Barrow Naughty is just a flyer, so he can't bargain the Sugar Maw next turn, so I don't have to worry about that. I do like this play. So please discard the rest of your hand. What was that? Target creature gains... Oh, -4 because he controlled a fairy. Alright, well, that was something that I didn't expect. And now he can get his Sugar Maw up. So I am kind of in a little bit of a hurt here. I'll go ahead and drop my parents because that's all I can do. But this is not looking too good. So he has to sacrifice his food to the Sugar Maw. It's not really worth blocking either of those, so we'll just eat some food. Alright, we've got the whole family here. I don't think I attack, though. Those fairies are gonna kill me, though. Because now Barrow has lifelink and pumpable. I need my removal. That is not removal. And now I'm just dead from the food token. Yep. Because now he can power, and that is not going to help me. I mean, the scries don't do me any good right now. He's just got lethal on board. Yeah, because all he has to do is pump up the Baronauti, and that's it. That's game. Because I can't do anything about the flyers. Oh well, it was a good run. We did end up making 5 and 3, despite the arena trying to screw us out of our manas and whatnots. So we did end up with 5 wins. I still think that arena's bugged to just stack against you, and there's no way you can ever trophy unless you get exceedingly lucky, which just doesn't happen because it's just stacked against you. But anyway, we did manage to do fairly well. All things considered, that last game, yeah, just whatever. I mean, he just had too much on the board. So let's see what we got. We did end up with 650 gems, which is very nice, plus a free pack of Wilds of Eldraine. So let's go ahead and give it a crack, see what we got. Vampiric Rites, we saw that in our draft, but we weren't able to take it. I'm kind of glad it came out of the pack. Some very good white-black cards that I wish we would have drafted because they would have been really good for us. Whenever an enchantment is put into the graveyard, make a rat. I mean, that just would have been amazing too. Our rare being, one of the Restless Lands. There are 5 of these in this set, in opposing pairs, I believe. So be sure to look for those. Those are always good picks. Especially if you're in just like even one of those colors, they are definitely worth splashing because they dodge board wipes, they dodge removal. I mean, they're just amazing creatures. And in standard, having 4 of these in your deck is almost a must include if you are in the appropriate colors. So absolutely great pull there in my pack. Definitely happy to see that. And if you were happy with this video, please put a like down below and comment what your favorite game was, how I could have maybe salvaged some of those losses and turned them into victories, because we only ever get better if we learn to identify our mistakes. So please let me know those mistakes down below so that we can all get better together, and I will see you in the next video.